Hackers and crackers. In the information age, many words related to computers are used. In everyday conversation, for example, almost everyone knows the word hacker, and to many people, this word has a negative connotation. Actually, hackers are excellent programmers who can write programs that are efficient and even artistic. They take great pride in their work. The term hacker was first used at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, around 1969. The word hack was already in use at MIT to describe student pranks, very creative tricks or jokes. Computers were new to universities at that time, and there were not many computer manuals available, so the students had to figure things out by themselves. In the process, they often wrote small sections of code to make programs do what they wanted. This soon became known as hacking because the students had to use their creativity, just as they used their creativity for their pranks. Because of this history, hackers consider themselves noble and curious people. They use hacking to satisfy their curiosity and to learn new computer skills, but most do not believe in destroying information or causing trouble. In fact, hackers have an ethical belief: do no harm. They believe it is all right to probe a computer system for weaknesses, as long as none of the data is damaged. In addition, they always notify the administrator of the system so that the weakness can be fixed. On the other hand, malicious programmers exploit weaknesses in systems. Hackers call these people crackers. Crackers are people who break into or crack open computer systems with selfish motives. Sometimes they steal information, and sometimes they release viruses into the systems. Hackers are not happy when computer criminals are called hackers. Unfortunately, most people use the word hacker for both hackers and crackers. The actions of crackers, who are also called black hats, give hackers a bad reputation. Hackers are sometimes hired by companies to test computer security. This kind of hacker is called a white hat. The white hat will try to break into the company's computer system. If he or she succeeds, the company can find and fix the problem. In recent years, even governments have been hiring hackers to improve national security. Hackers spend a lot of time developing technology. In fact, if it were not for hackers, the only programs available to computer users would be expensive ones from companies like Microsoft. Who do you think writes those freeware programs we download? For example, the popular Mozilla Firefox browser was developed by hackers. Hackers have also contributed to the Linux operating system, as well as many other open-source programs. They spend hundreds of hours working on projects and receive no pay at all. Hackers are the misunderstood heroes of modern culture. Without them, we would not have such excellent computer systems. While there are some unethical crackers in the world, we should be careful not to blame hackers for what crackers do. Supplemental reading. Bugs, worms, and viruses. Most people use popular words like bug, worm, and virus all the time. But have you ever wondered exactly what they mean or where these terms come from? Even in Thomas Edison's time, problems with electrical devices were called bugs. No one knows why this word was used, but the word gained new popularity in 1945. A famous computer expert was investigating a problem and found a moth trapped in her computer. When she removed the moth, she called it a bug. Nowadays, a problem with a computer or program is called a bug, and the process of solving the problem is called debugging. A worm is a program that searches for and uses information on your computer. The word comes from John Brunner's 1975 science fiction novel, The Shockwave Rider. In the novel, worms could replicate themselves, just as real worms can. The term was made popular in the computing community by engineers at a Xerox research center in 1979. They used the word to describe a short program that could search a network for idle processors. Today, worms travel through email and steal personal data from our computers. The term virus came from a student at the University of Southern California in 1983. He used the word to describe a program that could change other programs. Often, viruses replicate themselves and cause damage just like biological viruses.